Hi, I'm Matt McCarty with KSBA. I'm joined today by Dwight Salsbury of RSA Advisors. RSA has been a long time KSBA affiliate member and trade show exhibitor. But for Dwight, for those who may not be as familiar, tell us a little bit about RSA.
RSA Advisors is a municipal advisory firm. We work with school districts, cities, counties, water utilities, any kind of municipality, and help them with their capital needs and anything related to their capital finance.
How long has RSA Advisors worked with Kentucky school districts, and what are some of the services you provide to them?
RSA has worked with Kentucky school districts for about 30 years. A lot of your districts would refer to us as their fiscal agent. And really what we help them with is all areas related to capital financing. We help them put together their bonding potential. And we really kind of go a step further and work with them on, how do you get your project through KDE? We can help out with that. We help out kind of working with them with their architects. What can you use different cash sources for? What can you use restricted funds for? What you can use general funds for? So really all areas of any kind of capital financing.
What is one thing you would want school districts to know about your industry?
As far as the industry as a whole, I think the one thing is it's much more regulated than it used to be. Several years ago, you could really just determine that you're going to be a municipal advisor and hang a sign up and you're good to go. They have put into place regulatory requirements. So you now have to be a licensed municipal advisor, which of course our firm is. Along with that, there's some disclosure requirements. Anytime you do a bond issue, you're required to upload your financials. That's to help out people that have bought your bonds in the secondary market. That's always been a requirement, but there's a lot more emphasis on it now than there used to be. So a lot of the districts that we work with probably get tired of all the emails we send out to them, asking them for copies of their audits and some other financial information. And really that's in light of kind of the increased regulation overall that goes in the industry. And then I think particular to Kentucky, there's been some changes at KDE and how they do a bond issue. It's a little bit more centralized. KDE is a new system where you have to upload all the information related to the bond issue into the system and kind of work with them. So on a local level, I think that's probably the biggest change.
Why does RSA Advisors choose to support KSBA and public education in Kentucky?
Well, RSA, a prime focus of our business has always been school finance. We've, again, been in the industry for about 30 years. We have always had a strong focus in school finance. We are the administrator for the Kiss to Bus financing program. Years ago, we created a funding mechanism using something called federal new market tax credits, which allowed districts to be able to pay for whiteboards on an interest-free basis. So we've always had a strong history in school finance. Quite honestly, a lot of our staff is tied to school finance. Dr. Tarvin works for us. He was the head of SFCC for 20 years. Tim Lucas works for us. He worked at KDE facilities. We have two former superintendents, Mitch Crump and Wendell Emerson. So we've always had a strong history and a strong emphasis on Kentucky school finance.
What's your favorite thing about KSBA conferences and trade shows?
Well, I'm sure, my favorite thing probably echoes what a lot of people say, and that's really the fellowship that goes on at the conferences. It's always neat to see, the board members and the officials interacting, not only with us, but one of the things I'm always struck by is how they interact with each other. RSA is very fortunate that we work with districts from, the largest to the smallest in the state. We work from districts in the east and the west and the north and the south. So really a huge variety. And one thing I'm always struck by at conferences is, no matter the size or where your district's located, you're all facing the same challenges. And it's neat for me to see, maybe a board member from a smaller district, talking to a board member from a larger district. And the nice thing about the vendor booths is a lot of times we can sort of facilitate that. We may work with a smaller client and we're talking to them, and a board member from one of our larger districts walks up. And it's neat for me to be able to introduce the two, and they start a conversation and find out that, again, even though their districts have a lot of differences, maybe in size or something like that, they're really facing a lot of the same challenges and a lot of the same hardships.
Visit our website, ksba.org, for more information on our affiliate members.